Hump day? It's Thursday.
Oh my gosh. It
Nope.
is Thursday.
What'd you do this week so far?
Oh my gosh, you know what? What didn't we do?
Good call.
We had a lot of activity real estate wise. I know that.
Yep.
A lot of activity outside of Tucson and in Tucson. So we set a record
Busy.
for next month pending. So
In the
off
lowest
Lowest
listing
inventory.
ever.
Lowest listing inventory on record for the last 12 years.
Yep.
And we've had the most. So that's a good thing.
Yep.
That's the real estate plug. Done.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. What else are we doing? Hey, you see that Germany got beat by Korea in soccer?
Sure didn't, because soccer's horrible.
Yep. And I just heard about it. I don't like it either. Just kind of stinks.
What if you're like the biggest closet soccer fan?
That's not possible. That's not possible. They call it football. Do they not? They call it football. Sorry, I offended some people. But
football.
It's not. It's not.
I did see.
It is a sport.
I did see a video of England. It was a bar, and they were watching the game, and there was like, I don't know, like 300 people in this small area, and they're watching on the big screens, and then they scored, or they got a goal, or they
like the only goal,
touchdown, or
The
whatever
only
they do in soccer, and they just go crazy, and there's beer flying everywhere. Like, man, these guys are fans.
They are probably the biggest fan base.
Seriously, those
I like
English people, jacked up teeth,
Yeah.
huge soccer fans.
Yes.
Yep.
Good.
Yep.
Good. Yeah.
Um,
Topic. What do we
watched.
got?
Got my wife and her friend a night at a hotel.
Yes.
Yeah.
You had to babysit.
I did, they're my kids. It's not babysitting.
No, you were babysit. They babysit you is what happened.
True. I will say I've got a 9-year-old daughter that put my 2 boys to bed.
Classic.
Don't train her right. So got them a night there, and it was awesome. They're like, oh, thank you so much. I didn't tell them, and she won't listen to this. Let's be honest, our wives are not going to take time out of their
They're
day.
going to see the first one and go, you guys are stupid. Stupid.
They're going to go, that's 20 minutes that we
can't
don't
get
have to
back?
hear them talk.
Well, I can't get back in my life.
Yeah.
I'm done. Yeah,
But
I
here's the cool part. Got it all off point, so I didn't have to spend a dime.
Ooh. What kind of point, so?
Marriott.
Marriott? Oh,
Gotta go with Marriott.
Cool.
We test drove Hyatt and Hilton. Marriott's where it's at.
You know what? I like both. I do. I like Hyatt. They have some cool stuff. But
Yep.
yeah. And then, you know what happened?
What?
My youngest daughter went to MEPS for the Air Force.
She's how old?
18.
So that makes you how old?
Oh, don't go there. I am cresting the big 5-0. But yes, so.
You crested?
She's getting. No, I have not.
Oh.
I'm actually, you know where the point's at? I'm actually kind of right there. Right before it.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
Discounts at Denny's.
Yeah, that's the bonus.
Yep.
I already get that with military discounts.
That's
I
true.
don't get anything anyhow.
Nice.
So, but yeah, so I'm excited for her. It's actually kind of neat, but it's actually, kind of scary to see the youngest leave the nest.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
All right. But so you joined the military at 19, 18.
no, I joined at 18. It was actually 7 days after I graduated. I
So
was out, done, didn't know what the heck I was going to do, so I did it.
most appropriate, funny military story.
Appropriate?
Yeah.
Okay, that's going to have to do.
That whittles
that's
down
gonna-
95% of them.
Yeah, that's going to have to. Yeah, if I could go rated R or it could get.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it could
Yeah.
get pretty bad. We did some good stuff. Actually, you know what I did? One of the guys. I tell you what, I got one.
Okay.
I got one. It's actually, we were coming here. It's called TDY, where we travel, and we were traveling on an exercise down to Davis Mountain. Okay, from Nellis Air Force Base, and we had a new guy that was with us, and what happened was we actually I got a hold of I think we stayed at a Ramada or a Hampton over near the airport. And what we did is I got a hold of staff, the cleaning staff, and I took the pillow out of the room that he was staying in, and we put, you guys know what urinal mints are, obviously. So the urinal mints are, just to give you an explanation, they're these little things that you pee on, and ultimately took some gloves, obviously.
I just got a little sad for women who will never experience the
Yes,
joy
of
trying to
being a man.
disintegrate a urinal patty.
Yes, it's like a game. You could, destroy like asteroids. Anyhow, so we took this urinal mint and broke it up into a bunch of different chunks. And we took a sewing kit and we undid the side of the pillow and put the urinal mat residue chunks or whatever you want to call it inside this pillow and sewed it back up and put the case back on and put it back in the room. Well, not thinking too much about it. Well, we woke up the next morning and then we all got in the truck. I think it's like 10 of us, in three different vehicles. And he was like, man, dude, my room's got this kind of really funk to it. Yeah. So we talked about that. But the big thing was
so gross.
It stayed in there for days. But we kind of had to let him off the hook a little bit because he started to create a pretty bad headache.
That's so disgusting.
Funny. Somebody hurts, we have to laugh, right?
Yeah.
So so we went on story after story about the fact, hey, you know what, they sometimes sprinkle this kind of like a dust stuff in the room, a powder, if someone dies, to cover that smell. So we kind of got him thinking about that, and he started freaking out a little bit on that. But meanwhile, we did let him off the hook and let him know, but he wasn't very pleased.
That's so disgusting.
Yeah. No, that's
the clean one.
Rated, I'm gonna not even say PG. That's like G. So yeah, but yeah, we did some pretty bad stuff that happened.
We were trying to decide what we were going to talk about today. I got one. Got topic.
Mm-hmm.
Opportunity. I was talking to one of our agents today and talking about opportunity and how opportunity presents itself, and talking about the one thing that we were mainly talking about was you can be too busy for opportunity.
Good point. One of the things that resonates, and this is only within the last year, the analogy that kind of comes up is you always have to skate with your head up, because if you're so focused on the puck, where it's at, you're not focused on where it's going, and you're missing all that opportunity around you, and watch out for the blind side.
Yeah.
That resonates very clearly to me on a lot of different parameters, because I think so many times we're so engulfed with the day in and the day out that we're not really focused on where things are going.
So I think two enemies of opportunity are doing a lot of good things that are not, they're not inherently bad. Working with lots of clients, being busy, being productive. That's not inherently bad. That's good stuff. The other one I think is nickel and diming yourself to death, meaning all those things that take 5 minutes or 10 minutes. They eat up all your free time.
Well, you think about that, those 5 and 10 minutes add up.
Oh, for
then it's
sure.
20 minutes and 40 minutes, and then it's an hour out of the day.
But you never equate them to something that is eating up your time. You just look at it and go, like, you forget about it. It's 5 minutes, 5 minutes here. It's 5 minute conversation there. Well, whenever you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else.
Correct. And just like, you hear the analogy, like, hey, you got 2 minutes. And, quite frankly, I don't. You know, when you start to control that time aspect of it, I think you get back a lot more.
Absolutely.
If you're going to do something productive in that time frame that you said no to. So I think that's
the other thing. Absolutely. The other thing we were talking about was opportunity. Asked, what's opportunity? Or how do you know if you have what it takes for opportunity? I said, and correct me if I'm wrong, there's two different types of opportunity. There's opportunity for your money, and there's opportunity for your skill set. Mm-hmm. Sometimes your money creates opportunity because they're looking for whatever that opportunity may be. It may just purely be financial. We're looking for a backing for this or that. It's an investment side. Or it's your skill set that presents opportunity, right? Like, when you look for somebody and you look for talent, it's their skill set that is providing that opportunity.
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
You may not have the monetary means for investing into X, Y, and Z company or startup, but you may have the money or you may have the talent to fill a niche of a new opportunity.
Do you think people that will put the money towards something because they don't want to devote the time or their opportunity, they're protecting that opportunity of their own time? Or do you think it's kind of freelance on that? I mean, because there's a lot of times. Here's the thing. Yeah. I was a helicopter mechanic by trade. I think I know how to change the oil in my car.
But do you?
No. I'm not going to do that because I'm going to create.
All money does is create leverage.
Prime example this last week. I know how to put ceiling fans up. I do. But I had a handyman come out to take a look at some tile work and some other stuff and do some other stuff at one of the other houses and my neighbor's house. And I'm like, hey, how much for a ceiling fan? So I think you start to correlate it out, compare it to where is it worth the time and effort.
Yeah, it's a return on investment.
Yeah. And see, now I look at it, that's a good opportunity for me to provide him, I don't want to say a job, but his master trade, something that he does very well versus me. You know, yes, I can do it right and done, but I think it's creating an opportunity for him to build a little bit of wealth and do the things that he's wanting to do.
Serious question.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so you got two handymen.
You just looked at me real strange, dude.
You got two handymen.
Two.
Okay. One of them is extremely good at being a handyman, but he's like really good looking, shredded, often works out.
Like a Fabio.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the other guy is like 70 years old, not as good, but he doesn't look as good. Which one do you send to your house? I got my answer because I've hired him. His name's John, and he's 75.
This is a loaded question. So is the guy that's chiseled, is his name Fabio?
No.
Okay. And that's a serious question, huh?
Yeah, this guy wears a fanny pack, has like cut off shorts, and an old green beret hat. I'm like, that's the guy that's going to go hang out when I'm in my house when I'm not there. Yeah, Stefan. Yeah. Yoked out Stefan's not coming to my house.
Watches football?
Yeah, jacked up teeth. Anyway,
it doesn't matter to me, dude. It doesn't matter.
What we were trying to say is, sorry, got us off topic. That's the stuff.
You threw me.
That's the stuff that processes through my brain.
Okay.
Is with opportunity presents itself, and sometimes you pave to create more opportunity. Is if you are, I know how to cut trees. I know how to dig a ditch. I know how to do maintenance stuff. I know how to change the oil in my truck. If I try to do all that stuff, like this was the first year that I hired somebody to do yard work at my house. 4 years ago, when my wife and I's combined income was, $55,000, and we wanted fake grass, and it was $4,000 to do it, and it was $1,000 for us to do it ourselves, we did it ourselves.
There you go.
But now I look at it going, 2 days out of my time to do that, it's just not a good return on investment.
I think that's where you're that's what I look at is like what can happen in those 2 days that can create more opportunity.
Absolutely.
To where it's not about that money now, it's about the long term.
Here's what I love now too is having the financial means to hire out is being able to hire friends or people's friends' businesses or whatnot. Just be able to, like in examples, we got a buddy of ours that could use the extra money. So like at this point, I just come up with jobs around my house for him to come do to help out because I love him to death and want to provide opportunity for him as well.
What about, I think that's one of the biggest things that I get frustrated with is people that don't take the opportunity that's in front of them.
Or at least explore it.
And I think the frustrating piece to me is they don't see that it's an opportunity.
Yep.
They see it as a return, or I can do it myself, or I can do it, and understanding how that leverage piece creates the opportunity.
And I understand people are in different scenarios, but every great opportunity I've had, most of them I've taken risk, and it's taken a step backwards financially, or even it's added more to my plate time-wise because I saw the potential return later on.
So you're saying to take one step back to take 2 steps forward?
Or take one step back or 5 steps back sometimes to take 20 steps forward.
Yeah. I look at it that way too, but I think it's scary.
Yeah, but there's people that are wired different. My wife can tell you I love risk. I love give me the chance to fail. We talked about this.
Yep.
I would rather fail over inactivity any day of the week.
Yeah. And then when you combine that with failure is not an option.
Yeah.
Then there's nothing but success in the long run.
Yep. It depends on who you get in a business with as well.
I got a question.
What's that?
Current events. What's going on?
Wrap us up with this 4th of July coming up. Gonna blow some stuff up.
Boom.
Heck yeah. We're allowed to have.
Did you get anything illegal?
Oh heck no, we make ourselves. Dude, my family's from Iowa. Kidding me? We just go in our garage and start whipping stuff up.
I'm not going near your house.
Absolutely.
Actually, Jess's husband is a firefighter, so he may be over at your house on the 4th
Heck yeah,
because
man.
of your shenanigans.
Absolutely.
One year I almost blew my freaking eyebrow off. No joke.
No, I
don't know
believe
which
you.
one, but it was my.
I
eyebrow.
can tell you
Dude,
which one it is.
It was before I went down, and yeah, dude, it was horrible.
What?
It was my eyelash, everything. It just singed off. It was bright as heck for the next 2 weeks.
Let's do this. Funniest fire story before we end. I got mine.
Oh, I got one.
Go.
Okay. Guy over in Afghanistan.
Okay.
I won't mention his name. Jarrett Score. Ended up trying to check the gas tank with a lighter. Supposed to be MoGas. MoGas doesn't ignite, supposedly, but anyhow.
But the fumes do.
But yeah, let's just say that. So we started calling him Scorch.
So the very first time that I met my wife's parents, they lived out there's Marana, which for those of you listening, I don't know what Marana is. It's like Tucson, and the outskirts is Marana. It's like you go to Marana, and then you drive another 15 miles.
And then there's Phoenix.
Yeah. And then you turn around, drive back 500 yards, and then you hit that.
Yeah.
So I'm nervous as all get out. Like one of the only times I've been nervous in my life. And we go over there, and her dad's in the backyard grilling. And I see him put the lid down. Or no, he puts hamburgers on that his wife bought. And he puts the hamburgers on, he closes the lid, and he's talking to me. And I'm looking out the corner of my eye, I'm like, it's a lot of smoke. Like the white smoke. It's a lot of smoke. And he goes, oh. And he goes to lift it up. She had bought the hamburger that's like 30% fat and 70% meat. Literally opens it up. This fireball comes up, takes all the hair off his arm, and I'm like, we're gonna fit in real nice.
Nice.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That's just one of the many fire stories. Definitely a pyro growing up.
Yeah, I like watching nature's TV.
Yeah.
I call it nature's TV.
Yeah. Fire's cool no matter how old you are, as long as it's controlled.
Yeah.
Or you know friends that are firefighters.
That was a good cover, dude.
Yeah.
It was a good cover.
Yeah.
So happy 4th. Don't blow a finger off.
For sure.
Yeah.
What kind of bathing suit did you get?
Stars and Stripes, but America all the way.
Like, is it a lot of material or a little?
Dude, we won't go there, right?
I got American flag jorts.
Jorts are cool.
Yeah.
Those are coming back.
For sure. My goal is to not wear a shirt the entire 4th of July.
I don't know if I could wear. If I wore jorts, they would look like a Speedo.
Yeah, you'd probably get arrested if you're too close to a school.
Yep. Or riding a bike.
Yep. Ooh. Yeah.
Yep. We won't go there.
All right.
All right. Sounds good. So, see you next podcast.
Yep. Hopefully, maybe.
There you go. All right.
Lord willing, and the creek don't rise.
I don't know where that came from. Later.